Hello, everybody. I'm back again to give you a little story. Oh, I can remember back when I used to work in the tree service field. I tell you what, I don't miss it. I don't miss it. It was always something with these guys, you know what I'm saying? You always running these guys with these big yappers. They don't even. I tell you what. The bigger the story, the little the work. The bigger the mouth, the less work they could do. You know what I'm saying? If they could just harness that yapper and put that into work, they might actually get somewhere. But I've had so many people come up to me and want a job, they're the best worker in the world. They're the best climber in the world. They're the best everything in the world. But you gotta be careful, gotta be careful. Over the years, I found out these guys, they don't even have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, you know what I'm saying? You gotta watch out for them guys, because if they got nothing, they're gonna never have nothing, you know what I'm saying? I always tell them you got two choices. You can either run with the big dogs or be pushing a cart. I don't know why, but they always chose the cart. They're gonna be pushing that cart. But, you give them all the opportunity in the world, you know what I'm saying? You try to help a person out, but it is what it is. But, yeah, the list goes on. The list goes on. I mean, I could go forever telling you about, this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy and that guy and that guy. But at the end of the day, you got to count on yourself. You young business owners out there, I feel sorry for you. Because you're going to run into these slack jaws, these guys that run that yapper, and they're not going to have nothing to back it up with. Yeah, they got a set of skills, Like I had a climber I knew back in 2020. Got introduced to me from a friend, I figured, what the heck, I'd give the guy a chance, I was doing, most of the climbing, most of the bucket work, everything. Get this young whippersnapper a chance. He had that mouth running. I'm like, all right, I've seen this before. Let's go ahead and give this guy a shot. See if he's anything what he talks about. Yeah, they can do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but at the end of the day, they want to smoke that wacky weed, you know what I'm saying? They spend their whole time trying to figure out what they're going to do after work, and it just explains itself, If you don't have a good mindset, good clear thought process, you can't be doing trade work. It's a dangerous job, What kind of idiot's going to be half cracked or just don't have any sense in their head, not a clear head to do a clear vision when you're doing something dangerous, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's my thought process, I did that shit for 30 years. I had my close calls, but I got all my fingers and toes, you know what I'm saying? But, you just pick and choose the jobs, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to do it all. But, anyway, for you small business owners out there, or you guys starting a tree service, just be careful. First thing you want to do, make sure you can do a lot of work yourself. Maybe get you one or two helpers from a temporary service or something. Get you a little bobcat or a little mini skid steer, a little dump trailer or something. When you get them bigger jobs, just hire that stuff out, man. Sub it out to one of those big tree companies, You don't need to have all that big equipment, that big overhead. Get you something nice and small. Get everything paid for. That way when you have something weird come along, like that weird epidemic back in 2020, you'll be able to pay your bills. You don't have to worry about it, you know what I'm saying? So just stay small and keep it all. Yeah, it's just a shame, this younger generation out there. They just don't want to work. They don't want to work. Most of these guys that come up to me, see what they got. Yeah, you got a nice place here. Got a nice place here. They don't realize what it took to get it. They want it now, though. And they're like, well, I'm like, what's your plans? Well, I want to be where you're at right now. I want to be where you're at right now. They didn't realize I got 20 plus years in here building this place, you know what I'm saying? But they want it right now. They've worked, 2 or 3 years off and on here and there, quit their job and work somewhere else. They've got worked for about 10 different places in the last 6 months. That ought to tell you something right there. If a guy doesn't have a vehicle, doesn't have a place to live, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't even have, barely even can keep a cell phone. He's got a cell phone from somebody else. You call yourself a professional. Come on. Oh, that's a recipe for disaster right there. You might as well get those little gloves on and get those pushers ready, because you're going to be pushing a cart pretty soon, buddy. You better make that money while you can. You make that few little money while you can, you better put it and sock it away, because you're going to be living on the street pushing a cart. So anyway, I wish the best for you guys, but man, it's just tough running business back then. I remember 2020, you just couldn't find no good people. Everybody wanted, they wanted to work like 2 or 3 hours to get a full day's pay. Go to the beach and go party. But, what I tell them is, bye-bye. They're not expecting it. Bye-bye. Go to the party. Go to the beach now. Have all the time in the world. I know you don't got no money, but you can stay at the beach. If you like the beach that much, maybe you can live on it. It's free rent. Anyway, you guys just be careful. You got somebody that runs that mouth. Whoop, 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 whoop. They got nothing to back it up. So if you're going to hire somebody, make sure they have a vehicle. And for God's sake, if you're hiring a climber, if they don't have at least their rigging, their gear, their harness, their ropes, and at least a chainsaw and their spikes, and at least a vehicle to get them to A to B, do not hire that person. They're a piece of trash. But, that's just common sense. But, there are situations and people get in a hard time. But, whenever you can't even take care of your parents, if your parents got some work around the house and you can't even do it for them, they supported you your whole life, and they won't have nothing to do with you, that tell you something. That tell you something right there. So, anyway, guys, if you like this video, please crush the like button, and, look out for number 1, man. Make sure you can do most of the stuff yourself, and then sub a little bit of the stuff out. But watch out who you help, because most of those people that you help, if they don't deserve it, it's going to come back and bite you in the tail. So be careful who you help, fellas. If someone's coming up and you see they need help and they're worth helping, help those people out. But everybody else, let them push that cart, because they deserve it. All right, fellas. Thanks a lot, and we will see you next time. And be safe out there. Take care. Bye-bye.